Raquel Rodriguez crowned IC champion after destroying Sol Ruca on WWE. Somebody hand Raquel Rodriguez a tissue, because she bled for this championship, and I mean that literally, folks, not just as a dramatic wrestling metaphor. That is right, the women's Intercontinental title changed hands this week in a match so chaotic it looked like a bar fight that accidentally had a referee in it. Before we break down every twist, turn, and questionable interference, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and tap the notification bell, because Wrestling Rush News never lets a title change sneak past you. Let's set the stage, because this rivalry did not just spring up overnight. Raquel Rodriguez had already taken her shot at Sol Ruca's Women's Intercontinental Championship a few weeks earlier and came up short, which in wrestling terms is like losing Game 1 of a playoff series and immediately demanding a rematch because you know deep down you should have won. Sol Ruca, meanwhile, had been riding an absolutely dominant reign since dethroning Becky Lynch back in May, racking up win after win with that explosive high-flying style that makes her look like she was shot out of a cannon every time she steps into the ring. Ruca was not just defending a title, she was defending an entire vibe, and Raquel wanted to take it from her. So this past Monday night at the Intuit Dome in Los Angeles, the two collided one more time, and from the opening bell it was clear neither woman came to play nice. Ruca wasted no time, launching herself off the top rope with a moonsault that sent Rodriguez crashing to the outside before the crowd even had time to sit down. Think of it like a boxer throwing haymakers in round one instead of feeling things out, high risk, high reward, and absolutely electric to watch. Ruca rolled Rodriguez back inside and went for an early pin during the action. But Rodriguez kicked out and answered back with a barrage of strikes that reminded everyone exactly why she has been one of the most physically dominant competitors on the main roster. Then things took a turn that nobody saw coming, because somewhere in the middle of this brawl, Rodriguez's nose became a casualty of war. Blood started pouring down her face like she had walked straight out of an action movie, and the referee had to keep pausing the match just to wipe her face so she could see straight. Picture trying to finish a marathon while somebody keeps stopping you every few minutes to hand you a napkin, except the marathon is a professional wrestling match and the napkin is doing absolutely nothing to stop the bleeding. Despite looking like she had gone 12 rounds with a heavyweight boxer, Rodriguez refused to slow down, locking in a submission hold to wear Ruca out and buy herself some recovery time. Ruca answered right back with a beautiful DDT off the top rope, because apparently gravity is just a suggestion to her, and went for the pin, only for Rodriguez to kick out yet again. That is when the outside interference train pulled into the station, because no Judgment Day match is ever truly just two people in a ring, is it? Roxanne Perez sprinted down hoping to tip the scales in Rodriguez's favor, but Ruca shut that down fast, taking out Perez before she could get involved, proving she was not about to let anybody steal her spotlight. Ruca then tried to keep her momentum rolling, running the ropes like she was building up steam for one final assault. That is exactly when Liv Morgan decided to make her presence felt, tripping Ruca at the worst possible moment and allowing Rodriguez to roll her up for a near fall. If you are keeping score at home, this match now had more outside participants than some tag team matches, and it was only getting messier. Iyo Sky's music hit next, because apparently everybody in the women's division had somewhere to be at TH. The two former Judgment Day sisters turned bitter rivals collided at ringside, brawling like two roommates fighting over unpaid bills, with Sky eventually gaining the upper hand and sending Morgan crashing into the ring post. With chaos still swirling on the outside, Ruca tried to close the show, nailing Rodriguez with a codebreaker before climbing up top for a signature soul snatcher, the move that has ended matches all reign long. But this is where Judgment Day's numbers game finally paid off, because while the referee was distracted watching Morgan and Sky continue their war outside the ring, Roxanne Perez slipped in and slammed Ruca's head directly into the top of the ring post. It was the kind of split-second sabotage that changes championship history, the wrestling equivalent of someone tripping the frontrunner right before the finish line. Rodriguez, seizing the opportunity, connected with her signature Tejana bomb and made the pin count, capturing her first main roster singles title since her NXT Women's Championship reign back in 2021. Let that sink in for a moment, because Rodriguez has spent years being one half of championship tag teams, 5 reigns as a women's tag team champion to be exact, but this one finally gives her that singular spotlight moment fans have been waiting on. Meanwhile, Sol Ruca's reign comes to an end at the 58-day mark, a run that, while shorter than some, still cemented her as one of the most must. So what happens next? With Judgment Day now holding gold once again after a rough stretch, and both Liv Morgan and Iyo Sky set to collide for the Women's World Championship at SummerSlam, the entire women's division is heating up at exactly the right time. Sol Ruca will undoubtedly want her rematch, and something tells us this rivalry is far from finished. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one.